Pokemon, Kaiju, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello everyone, it's Steven here, and I have a rather fun video for you today. So today we're going to be taking a look at a Metroid not loot box here today. So what we have is a nice little gift box here that was released by this CultureFly company, and it is exclusive to GameStop in America and EB Games elsewhere. Yep, so it's exclusive to them, and we got some neat Metroid swag in here. So this is basically going to be like a loot crate sort of thing, loot box, whatever you'd prefer to call it, but it's going to be exclusively Metroid stuff. Now, technically, I've opened this because not everything is sealed in the package, because some of the stuff I couldn't wait for. I wonder what I couldn't wait for. And also, I guess it was opened up in store, because I've seen, the only other pictures that I've seen of this online, it had factory seal wrap on it, the plastic wrap, cellophane wrap, whatever it is. Mine did not have that, but everything was in it. All the tags were still attached. All of the appropriate tape was still there. So if you see this on the store shelf and it doesn't have any wrapping on it, and it's just this box, as you see, it's probably just fine. So as you see, we have AM2R for the cover artwork. Yes, go ahead and comment and correct me. I baited you. Here is the top of it. Sides of it, pretty uninspiring. And here is the back, which you can see it is an official licensed product. And oof, yes, it is 50 doll hairs USD. And you can see a release date of November 12th, 2019. So I actually saw one of these for the first time on Black Friday. My brother-in-law actually got this for me. So what do we have? Well, let's go ahead and take a look inside. So like I made mention, I have already cracked into this and I opened a couple of things up, but I put everything back in the way that I found it, and you can see everything that you get up here. So what do we get? Well, when we open it up, we can see that there are some goodies inside. So we'll take a closer look at everything, but we get this Metroid beanie, which has the S there, all good stuff here. Here's the tag. Again, we'll take a closer look. We get a Metroid duffel bag. Maybe we'll get to see it. No, box fell out. Okay, here's the duffel bag. We get a notebook. Pretty cool. This holds the keychain, which we'll take a look at in a second. We get an art print. It says poster, but it's definitely not a poster. We get a morph ball squishy ball, which we'll see that in a second. And we get a Metroid Vinyl, which, oh, it's missing. Nope, like I said, I already opened it up. And then we get this nice little promotional picture of a Metroid there. And then most importantly of all, we get some awesome Pop Rocks. No, they're not Pop Rocks, they're a joke. All right, let's take a closer look at everything. All right, so here is once again the packaging for the keychain. A little closer look at it. Metroid, choking hazard, all that fun stuff, held together with a little twist tie. And here is a look at said keychain. So, yep, I am a bit of a loser. I do actually have it on my keyring, so it is Metroid. It is actually a real nice quality. You can see I'm trying to bend it here. It doesn't want to give. It's about that thick. Pretty cool. It says CultureFly on the back. Made in China. There you go. So yeah, it has taken a bit of a beating. It's dropped a few times. It's been all right. So pretty good. Nice quality. I like it. Next up, we have the notebook here. Here's a look at the packaging. The Samus Aran notebook. Built by CultureFly.com. I'll touch on the CultureFly website in just a minute here, because it's actually rather important for you action figure collectors who will maybe like the Metroid Vinyl, which we'll be talking about in a minute. I think might be cool. So I actually have not gone through the notebook So, okay, so it's just a notebook in the shape of her helmet. So front and back sides, and it has the Metroid logo on the bottom of the paper, nothing on the back, and just Metroid built by CultureFly on the back. So pretty neato. Now, sometimes when you get these loot crate, loot box things, you'll get clothing, and they're kind of junk. This is freaking sweet, okay? Like, this is freaking sweet, lovers. This beanie is great. It's high quality. It stretches out nicely, okay? This fits my gigantic noggin much better than the other ones that I have. Like, I'm gonna pop the tag off of this when I'm done here, and I'm gonna actually wear it. The only sort of quality control issue is that the threads, the 2 threads up here, which is probably just a part of the sewing process, are a little too long, which you can just snip that and everything's fine. So the emblem here is embroidered just fine. There are no issues there. This is really cool. I mean, the stitching on that is really nice. It's a cool little patch there. Pretty cool. I don't know what I'm saying. It just looks nice. They're all words that sound neat. All the detailing designs here, kind of like a speed boost, look great. Here's a look at the tag. The Samus Aran beanie hat on the other side looks good. So this is very cool. Very nice. It actually has utility, especially during these winter months. So that's going to be fun to have. Now, we did get something else in regards to sort of clothing, and we get a Metroid duffel bag. We have what looks to be somewhat like Chozo writing on it. There she is, firing off her arm cannon as she's running. Now, for whatever reason, I'm taking a look here on my camera, and it looks like all of the colors are showing up correctly, except for Samus Aran and these stripes here. They're closer to a purple than they are a red. So even in editing and color correction, I don't think it's going to come out right because they're just not coming out correctly on my camera. So I'm just addressing that now. So the duffel bag is actually a pretty decent size. So I'll go ahead and toss that to the back. As you can kind of see there, that looks pretty good. We have a handle that has Velcro on it. So easy to carry. You know, I mean, you're not going to carry a whole lot in here, but you know, maybe you're going to the gym, maybe you play a collectible card game or something, you can carry your supplies in here. You know, that's pretty nice. I think that's cool. Good on you for that. Now, next up, we have the poster, or the art print here, which on the back it just says built by CultureFly. And I don't really think I need to take it out of the plastic to appreciate this. So we can take a look at the printed details here. It's the gunship flying in. Now, if this were an actual poster, I think it would be cooler, but it's in that weird art print size. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's not bad, but they say a poster should be like a poster size, big rollout one. But yeah, okay. So we were also shown a squishy morph ball. So here's the box. Pretty nifty, right? Oh, it is nifty. So I have a lot of experience with squishy stuff, like stress balls. And that's not quite what this is. Not quite. Or rather, it doesn't make a good one. Okay? Because yeah, so the whole point of a stress ball is you can just like repeatedly squeeze it over and over and over again, and there's a little bit of pushback, a little bit of resistance, but this is super well broken in. And I know that everything that I got still had the tags on it. The Metroid Vinyl still had the tape on the box, so yeah, it's not well used, but very easy to squish it down. So if you think this is going to be like a stress reliever, no, not really. This is just kind of something you can fool around with, if you will. All right. So, I mean, it's neat. It's got a little nipple on it. But, yeah, keep it around the office, if you will. Or wherever. All right, so I'm going to clean up, and then I know why you're here. We'll take a look at the Metroid Vinyl. All right, and here's a look at the Metroid Vinyl. Okay, so we're all good to go home. Nope. Okay. All right, so here's what the Metroid Vinyl was kind of promoted as, even online, and when they teased this originally, I guess it was teased back in May, but here is what it looks like. So yes, we do have another Metroid on the market, and it looks really good. So as you can kind of see from the membrane, it is a nice deep dark green. As I drop it, go ahead, Steven, you're kind of an imbecile. But anyway, no real imperfections in the membrane. Looks a little bit dirty up here. Looks like there was some paint rub or some sort up there. But realistically, it looks fine. No issues with the yellow paint apps on the inside there, so that's good to see. We have the different fangs of the Metroid, which are great. No articulation, but it does feel nice and sturdy here. There's no paint chipping whatsoever. The seams are kept to a minimum here, and the dome, the membrane, is difficult to squish in. You really have to put forth some effort to really make sure that you're going to be squishing this in. Now, there is one problem here, and that's how it stands. So they teased when they showed this promotional image that there would be a support stand of some kind for the baby Metroid. Unfortunately, there is no support stand with this at all. So I don't know if that's something which they will correct in future production runs. But yeah, so if you're looking for something to help with this, I do have videos which will help you find the best support stand. Currently on the market, Tamashii Nations makes a humanoid support stand system, which includes a cradle, or you can use Tamashii Stage Act 4 support arms, which come with a claw. I would recommend it just sits there. Underneath the Metroid, it'll work just fine. Now, I know what you Metroid connoisseurs would love to know, so don't worry, fam. I got you. So we have the two different 2.5-inch World of Nintendo Metroids. Okay. Then we will need the 6-incher. Right? But then, what would a good size comparison be without a Figma of the Bounty Hunter? Yep. So I think that should seal the deal that if you are a fan of Metroid collectibles, this should be worth it for the Metroid Vinyl by itself. All right, folks, that about wraps it up for this sort of review of the Metroid CultureFly box that is available exclusively at GameStop and EB Games. So this was teased a while ago, and it's finally reaching store shelves. So if you know a Metroid fan this holiday season, not only does this have actual utility with some quality items, yeah, it is pretty sweet. You know, we do actually have a loot crate style item, which is going to give you quality items, whether it's going to be stuff you can wear or stuff you can actually use. I know for me, I take a lot of notes as a part of my job, so the notebook's pretty cool. The beanie is of real high quality, so I'm going to be using that. The duffel bag I can use for when I take a change of clothes anywhere. I can just keep that in my car. And the Metroid Vinyl, it's perfect. I love that. I could use that. Now, originally, this was also solicited as to having two pens styled after the Zero suit, but it's missing from the final product. Now, I hinted at you should pay attention to the CultureFly website. Reason being is that if you go to their website, they don't have Metroid listed as a franchise and or property yet, but you can actually buy some previously released individual products. So Metroid fans who also collect figures, I think you can add 2 and 2 together. And if you can't, well, then I guess you're just going to be missing out. All right, thank you so much for watching. It does mean the world that you do check out these videos. And if you're thinking about getting this for your Metroid fan in your life, or maybe for yourself, I would consider it. Thanks so much for the patrons who help out every single month. You do make videos like these possible with emergency supplies and making sure that I can get stuff on time, so that way it is reviewed well in advance. And then also here is the end card, so this way you can catch up on videos that have already been released or click on some fun stuff, so this way you can check out my Teespring, Patreon, and a whole bunch of other stuff like social media. Thank you so much again everyone for watching, and I will catch ya in the next video.